Vine's heels clicked sharply against the tile floor as she stormed back to her desk, cheeks flushed and hands trembling, not with fear but fury. Her resignation had returned to a romantic proposition, a promotion to girlfriend. What did he think she was? A bonus plan? The audacity. Her phone buzzed again. Andrea. So, how did the confrontation go? Did he crumple under the weight of your righteous fury? He offered me a promotion to be his girlfriend. There was a pause, and then Andrea exploded in test. Wait, what? Are you serious? OMG, that's wild. Isn't he hot though? Like confusingly hot? Vine stared at the screen and blinked. She thought back to his sharp jawline and the way those sleeves hug his forearms, and how his curls always looked like they had been tousled by some mischievous wind. Ah, he was dangerously attractive and completely infuriating. She shoved her phone away, shaking her head. No, she wouldn't let charm or chemistry cloud her resolve. She was done. Except later that afternoon, as the office lights dimmed and most employees had cleared out, Vine lingered at her desk. The silence was eerie. She needed to pack her things, wrap up her day, and vanish before he appeared again. Too late, a familiar voice floated from behind. Still here, Vine? Waiting for me? She froze. I could ask you the same, Mr. Jungkook, she said without turning, keeping her voice sharp like ice. He stepped closer. She could feel the heat radiating off him, like he carried a personal gravitational field. You said no, he said softly, but that's not the end for me. She spun around, eyes blazing. You think everything is a game? That you can control my future because you're my boss? He stepped forward again, his tone quieter now. No, I think I made a mistake. A terrible cocky mistake. And if I would ask differently, maybe you would have heard what I was actually trying to say. Wine stared at him, arms folded. Try again then. He smiled, more vulnerable this time. I admire you, Wine. I notice how you always stand up for what you believe in. You don't let people walk over you, not even me, and that drives me insane, but also makes me fall for you a little more each day. Her breath caught. This isn't some office fling. I didn't mean to dangle your designation over your feelings. I messed up. She looked up at him, her voice almost a whisper. Then prove it. He reached into his jacket, pulling out a white envelope. Your resignation. Signed, approved, no strings. You are letting me go? If that's what you want. His voice cracked slightly. But I hope you will stay. Not because of the job, because maybe we could start over, not as boss and employee, but as two people, just us. Vine's heartbeat was a drumbeat in her ear. You are still a pain in the, you know that? She said, lips curling into a reluctant smile. Charming pain though, he said, taking a step closer. You are lucky I like a little danger, and you're lucky I'm willing to chase it. The eyes locked, tension crackling in the space between them. She wasn't sure if it was revenge, desire, or something deeper pulling her in, but when he reached for her hand, she didn't pull away, not yet. Just then, the office light flickered, one of those old bulbs, buzzing loudly above them. She laughed, startled. This place is a disaster. So are we, he said, chuckling. But disasters can be beautiful too. Vine tilted her head. If you are trying to be poetic, you should know you are bad at it. You make me nervous, he admitted, and for once the ever confident Mr. Jungkook looked adorably lost. She took a step forward, closing the space between them. Good, now you know how I have felt this whole time. He laughed under his breath, and before she could talk herself out of it, she rose on her toes and pressed a kiss to his cheek. Consider that a preview. He blinked. A preview? She winked. I don't date my boss, but I might just start dating my ex-boss. As she walked away, he is clinking with a new confidence. He stood in place, hand on his cheek, a stunned smile breaking across his face. Damn, I really do love this woman. A week later, the office felt different. Wine was no longer an employee. Her resignation had been processed, her desk cleared out. But that didn't stop her from walking in like she still owned the place. Wearing a sleek black blazer over a maroon dress that hugged every curve just right. She was a storm wrapped in confidence, heads turned, whispers followed. And Mr. Jungkook, he nearly dropped his coffee when he saw her. You are not supposed to be here, he said, a mix of surprise and something warmer flickering in his brown eyes. She smirked. I left my charger and maybe I wanted to remind someone but he's missing. He blinked, watching her walk past like she hadn't just dodged his entire week with that kiss and disappeared into thin air. But behind the glass walls, two eyes were watching, jealous, calculating. Rachel. She leaned back in the chair, chewing the tip of her pen. So the boss has a thing for drama queens now? She whispered to herself. This is going to be fun. Later that night, the city glowed beneath them from the rooftop of Gion Enterprises. Wine sat on the ledge, legs crossed, glass of wine in hand. The breeze played with her hair as Mr. Jungkook, now joined her, slightly breathless. You are insane for sitting so close to the edge, he said, and you are insane for letting someone like me go. He chuckled, settling beside her. I didn't let you go, you walked away, and I have been going crazy ever since. She turned to him, the city lights reflecting in her hazel eyes. You are not the only one. They sat in silence for a while, while everything is said between heartbeats, and then he reached for her hand, lacing their fingers together. Why do I feel like we are both playing with fire? He whispered. Because we are, she replied, but it's the best kind of burn. She leaned in slow, unsure for once, and this time she didn't pull back. The lips smelled like it was always meant to happen, soft, intense, dangerous. When this finally parted, he touched her cheek, his voice low. Stay with me tonight. Wine blinked, surprised. You mean here, on the rooftop? He laughed. No, I mean stay in my world. You don't have to work for me, but I want you in my life. Her heart stuttered. This wasn't the boss she once hated. This was Jungkook. And what if I say yes? Then I will spend the rest of my life proving I'm not the villain you thought I was. But trouble doesn't stay away for long. The next morning, Wine woke up to a flurry of notifications. Her name was trending inside the office group chats. Anonymous posts dispersed that slithered like poison. Mr. Jungkook's new girlfriend used to be his employee. Promotion through seduction? Sleeping her way to freedom? Andrea called first. Wine girl, I love you, but what the hell is going on? Wine's chest tightened. She knew where it came from. Rachel. She marched into the office not as an employee, but as a woman with nothing left to lose. Straight into Jungkook's glass office, slammed the door behind her. Your company is smearing me like I'm some office flame. This isn't love, it's a scandal now. Jungkook stood jaw tight. Give me one day, I will fix it, I promise you. You don't have to fix it, I will. She turned on her heel, but he caught her wrist. Why? Do you really love me, Jungkook? Yes, I do. Then trust me to fight for myself. That afternoon, Wine posted her own message. For those wondering, yes, I was his employee. Yes, I resigned. No, I didn't sleep my way to anything. But if falling in love with someone who challenges you, respects you, and drives you mad is a crime, then I'm guilty as hell. Why? Jungkook read the post, smiled like a man who knew he had met his match. That's my girl. Now I have something to fix too. He walked into the office kitchen where Rachel was stirring her coffee with way too much energy. You leaked it, didn't you? Rachel froze. I have no idea what you're fired. You can't. I just did. As Rachel stormed out fuming and humiliated, Wine walked in unapologetically stunning. Jungkook turned to her grinning. You know what I realized? What? I don't want you out of my office. I want you in the one next to mine. As a partner. She blinked. Partner? Business partner? And everything else. Another day. The rooftop day was supposed to be their beginning. Candles flickering, a private chef preparing delicate pasta and grilled peaches. Wine in his slinky, midnight blue dress that left Jungkook speechless the second she stepped out of the elevator. He wore a black button-down, two buttons casually open, and his hair, as usual, refused to behave. It was magnetic, intoxicating. This doesn't feel like our first date, Wine murmured over her wine glass. It doesn't, he said, brushing her fingers with his. Feels like I have been waiting to sit across from you like this for months. She tilted her head, amused. Careful, Jungkook. You are dangerously close to sounding like a romantic. He leaned in, smirking. What if I told you I'm falling for you, and I don't plan on stopping? Wine's breath hissed, just as she parted her lips to respond. Jungkook? The voice sliced through the rooftop air like a cold blade. Wine turned. A woman stood at the elevator door, tall, elegant, dressed in all white. Her platinum blonde hair fell in soft waves, but her eyes, green, sharp, assessing, were locked on Jungkook like a hunter who would finally found prey. Wine stiffened. Jungkook's posture changed to Leia? Leia. The name dropped like. She walked toward them with the ease of someone who used to belong here, maybe still believes she did. So it's true you are winning and dining your ex-employee? She said, her voice smooth but edged like broken glass. Wine stood up, shoulders squared. And you are? Leia gave a tight smile. Jungkook's fiancée. Ex-fiancée technically. Jungkook stood too, his jaw tight. Leia, this is not the time. No, let her talk, Wine said coldly. I like clarity. Leia's eyes never left Jungkook. I came back for answers and to remind you unfinished business has a way of haunting people. That's rich coming from the woman who ghosted 2 weeks before our wedding. Jungkook bit out. Wine's heart sank. You never told me you were engaged. she whispered, because it was over long before you ever walked into my life. Laya smiled like a woman who still had the fuse to a. Is it over, Jingle? Or did I just get replies before I could blink? You are telling me you didn't blink for 2 years? Wine swallowed hard. This wasn't what she expected, but she wasn't the type to play second fiddle. Not anymore. I think I will go, she said, grabbing her clutch. You two clearly have history to settle. Jungkook reached for her hand. Wine, please don't walk away. You promised transparency, she said, hurt flashing in her eyes. Not surprises in heels showing up at our date. Laya raised a brow. Oh honey, you think you know him? Just wait.